In late 1984, 5 people are executed in a Miami crack house. One, a pregnant woman, is found in a praying position as if pleading for her life. Investigators charge this slaughter was the handiwork of Jamaican posses that killed 1,400 people around the nation during the 4-year investigation. Among arrests that began yesterday were 34 members of the Miami-based Shower Posse, so named because they rained bullets on their enemies.
These people are absolutely the most vicious organized crime group in the United States today.
We're getting some innocent people getting killed as a result of the existence of these organizations.
Federal, state, and local agencies in 21 cities around the nation are serving 435 warrants. The violations include murder, drug trafficking, and illegal weapons. 91 warrants in South Florida include 70 in Broward and fewer than 10 in Dade, while the Immigration Service is searching for 20 illegals imported from the slums of Jamaica where the violent posses originated. Authorities say the posses are so evasive, a multi-agency task force called Rum Punch 2 had to be formed.
To go out and arrest large numbers of people who have been escaping because of the lack of resources and manpower.
But more than half of those scheduled to be arrested are still at large. Among those, the head of the Shower Posse, Vivian Blake. If convicted, Blake faces 390 years in prison and a $15.5 million fine for his role in the Shower Posse.
The Shower Posse is the largest posse of some 40 that are presently active in the United States.
The 62-count Shower Posse indictment unsealed in Miami today shows just how organized and violent the Jamaican drug gangs can be. In fact, after arresting only a handful of those they were looking for in South Florida, authorities say they seem to have just packed up and left as if they knew we were coming.
So try and remember last sister, I man give you brother, and I know that you cannot regret my
And I think that the police themselves could be afraid because they don't, give you the protection. If you give them, they tell everybody that you did it anyway. So this is what black people say, well, we're not going to get involved because we're not going to get no protection.
Because of what's occurring in the crack movement, the drug feuding, and the efforts by Jamaicans to take over some areas, you see more violence and innocent people being shot.
Just because they want to make some money to feed their family, so please have some mercy. People like them up on customer, hey, over the summer. When you want to buy a summer, so watch the thing like the arcade, and just spell out and I make them money. Some uptown, some downtown, all over the town.
The vacuum left is being quickly filled by what the authorities call non-traditional crime groups.
Because so much of organized crime is imported, a lot of the burden for fighting it falls on the shoulders of a special investigations unit of the Immigration and Naturalization Service. Best known for the Border Patrol, these plainclothes cops go around finding illegal aliens accused of having committed organized crime.
He come here, he live here, but he's not here today now.
She was lying. The special agents spot their man trying to escape out the back door. Okay, take it easy. Take it easy. A resident alien from Jamaica. The target is a career criminal with a 20-year history of drug dealing and armed robbery. Under federal law, an alien is deportable if he or she commits even one felony. He and these others about to receive a one-way ticket out of the United States are said to be connected to organized Jamaican gangs called posses. The posses grew out of the urban violence surrounding the Jamaican elections of 1980. Warring factions associated with the two major political parties evolved from mere street gangs into organized criminal groups. Thousands are now operating in this country, and they've brought with them a pattern of drug dealing and gunslinging. According to the authorities, the posses have been responsible for approximately 100 homicides in New York, 12 more in Washington, D.C., 31 in Houston, 15 others in Dallas, 13 in Kansas City, and well over 150 in South Florida.
Right now, cops from Dade County, Florida, have one suspected murderer under surveillance. The man is wanted in Kansas. He's supposedly hiding in a house just a block away.
The home the Metro-Dade cops are raiding is allegedly a safe house, one used by Jamaican posse members on the run.
What country are you a citizen of? Jamaica. Where's your documents to be here in the country? I'm here legally.
In their search, the police find several illegal aliens, as well as numerous loaded weapons. Then, with the assistance of an INS agent, they take a closer look at the identification offered by one of the men.
They spelled United States wrong on that ID he has. It's United State.
His photo matched the one on the federal computer, and a subsequent fingerprint check revealed that this indeed is the suspect wanted for murder in Kansas City.
In Dallas, 44 people are in custody for dealing in dope and death.
They're very violent. They have no compunction to take life of an officer or each other.
Authorities started the probe after 3 Jamaicans were killed in Dallas a few years ago. The murder total has reached 44.
We find that they not only have high quality type of weapons, that they also have a lot of them.
Dallas police raided Jamaican crack houses and confiscated drugs, weapons, and money. They made $400,000 a day dealing drugs.
I feel that here in Dallas, we're hitting at the heart of the organizations. All right, nationwide, we hope to accomplish that same goal.
Federal authorities recognize Dallas as a Jamaican gang stronghold because of all the arrests here.
I think a third of this number, as I recall the statistics. That just means there were more warrants out, and not that they were any more successful. They may have more of a problem than some of the others.
Authorities in 13 states are still making arrests. They're trying to clear up 600 murders with Jamaican posse connections.
At this time, we're up to 1,200 firearms that have been purchased by the posse members here in the Dallas area, and many of these weapons are turning up in other major crime cities throughout the United States.
Authorities say Jamaicans ship the weapons from Dallas to both coasts. Guns bought here have turned up at crime scenes sometimes a day after purchase in New York, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, Connecticut, New Jersey, and Kansas City. The shipments turn a big profit. A weapon bought here for $250 brings $500 in New York, brings $1,000 in Jamaica. That money in Jamaica is used to buy more dope to be shipped back to Dallas, and the dangerous cycle continues.
You're talking about the crack, cocaine, and you're talking about the guns. Ultimately, they both lead to death, whether it's by drugs or whether it's by bullets.
Marcellus here. You got, I think, around 3 apartment complexes. There's a third one right here.
Dallas police tactical units rush into an East Dallas neighborhood. They are after Jamaican drug dealers, described as heavily armed, very dangerous. The explosion from a percussion grenade rocks the apartment, frightens anyone inside, and there are people in there. 5 are arrested, 2 are Jamaicans, there is 1 Cuban. From East Dallas to East L.A. to West Miami, in 20 states and 40 cities today, drug agents acted simultaneously.
What we did today is another drive against the Jamaican posse members, not only here in Dallas but also nationwide. Thus far, at this time, there's been approximately 200 arrests made nationwide. There are 427 arrest warrants that are being served throughout the United States today.
In South Dallas, most of the kids are good kids. They play kids' games, go about their business. Some in South Dallas these days are taking care of other people's business.
How much are they?
$20 a piece.
20 a piece?
Yeah.
No, that's too much.
They ain't got any 10 rounds?
Yeah, I get you.
Give me
3. Well, give
me 2.
A teenager sells crack cocaine to an undercover officer, part of a nationwide juvenile problem brought to Texas recently. Police call it the New York-Dallas connection. Close to 100 juveniles, some Jamaican, some American, brought here by Jamaican drug dealers in the last 2 months. They are tougher to check out, tougher to arrest, and the Jamaicans know it.
With juveniles, it's so much easier to get them out. Unless you got a good felony, there's no bond. It's just paperwork amount to get them released. But we have to have a good charge on them. They just bring them around here and let them sell.
Hey man, you got some ID?
For the street cops, questioning juveniles is more and more a part of their daily routine. Many times the answers and names tied to a New York and Jamaican history. Many times a history of violence and drug offenses.
Some people say they're only kids, but they're pretty dangerous, aren't they?
They're not any kind of kids I'd like to have my own, that's for sure.
Police questioned 2 juveniles, both from Jamaica, one with a history of drug arrests. The other can't be immediately checked out. Another night on the streets of Dallas, spent with drug suspects younger than police have ever seen before.
When Dallas police raid a crack house, the suspects may not always be Jamaican, but there's a good chance those arrested are tied in with Jamaican suppliers.
More and more they're insulating themselves by moving up and having other people deal for them, making it harder for us to get to them.
Jamaican drug operators are making their mark in the Metroplex. Sunday, 3 people allegedly selling crack for Jamaican suppliers in this complex flushed $90 worth of dope down the toilet. To retaliate, the Jamaican suppliers tortured the 3 with boiling water, knives, and rubbed salt in their wounds. One of those tortured remains in serious condition at Parkland Hospital.
Authorities say the tortures here will do more for the Jamaican drug business than $1 million worth of advertising. They say the tortures are more than just acts of violence. For the Jamaican drug dealers, they are a show of strength.
They have ruthlessly forced themselves into the market and taken over some operations that used to be controlled by less semi-organized individuals.
Fear is one of the Jamaicans' strongest weapons.
They operate on such a level that fear becomes part of their power structure. They're very strong. They have very good control over some of the lower socioeconomic areas in the Dallas area.
The war on Jamaican dealers creates another problem for other Jamaicans not involved in drugs. Barrington Nugent is president of the Jamaican Association of Dallas.
A routine stop by the police officers is met with a lot of abuse by them.
But police say they will continue their crackdowns to loosen the Jamaican dealers' strong grip on the area.